Warahmatullah.
As you guide people not to cherry pick but follow someone they trust, if a woman has access to limited scholars and she comes across a scholar originally from India, Kashmir, but residing in Saudi Arabia, Sheikh, he was a student of Sheikh Rabi al-Madkhali and been guiding this woman and knows her situation for a very long time. However, the problem is, since the woman has read enough material on Islam QA and your videos too, some of the opinion seems too wrong to follow, which deviates her trust. For example, he said if a person has anxiety with the crowded situation, we have gotten Hajj done on behalf of many people, and this is doable. Plus, he thinks we cannot say that namaz offered at Hanafi Zohar time or Isha after midnight or without covering feet would be invalid. A person cannot be 100% right, but since these are major matters to be concerned about, would she be sinful if she knows she's following an ambiguous opinion she read something else about?
First of all, this is an issue that a person has to be clear when looking into it. That is, a layman does not have the tools that enable him to distinguish whether this is right or wrong. This is why we say a layman must find a particular individual, preferably among those who can advise him and give him live advice. If not, then among those who have passed away and they are trusted not to deviate because they're dead. And this individual is ordered to follow this person whom he trusts his knowledge, his religious commitment, his track record. Why do I say track record? Because there are so many scholars and students of knowledge and da'is who keep on flipping and changing all their colors and their affiliations according to the highest bidder. May Allah protect us. And there are those who are consistent, who've always been saying the same things according to the Quran and the Sunnah. So their understanding is quite clear. If you find someone that falls under this category, you should follow them all the way. Now, if you come to find through crystal clear evidence that this particular thing that this scholar said is not correct, because no one is infallible. The Prophet ﷺ is, but normal people are not. So you tend to follow the correct opinion, an authentic opinion based on the Quran and Sunnah, despite the fact that this scholar you follow, or you've been following all the time, said otherwise. There's no problem in that, because you're following the dalil. You're following what is authentic. And it's crystal clear that Allah will ask you about on the Day of Judgment. You're not ordered to follow this scholar blindly, and if he says, Simon says, throw yourself in the ocean, and you do this. No, this is not Islam. You follow him within reason, as long as you still trust that his opinion is in accordance to the Quran and the Sunnah. But once you discover that it is not, then there's an obligation upon you to do follow the Quran and Sunnah. And I hope this answers your question.